Hi, and welcome to another Totem Live Accounting tutorial video. This is episode 4 in the Identity mini-series. We're going to be learning how to add a partner. And we're going to go through a couple examples as well. So when we're going to be adding partners, a partner would pretty much be anybody that you're interacting with on Totem Live Accounting. Whether it's a business or an individual or friends or family, it can be anybody. So to give an example, I've made some identities here. I have my Cooper identity. I have a company identity, which is my HD edits. I have a side business, photography business here, and also a separate identity named Kyle. And I'm going to go through some examples of adding partners to each identity. So for this example, I am adding EasyJet as a partner to my HD edits identity. This is because in this example, I took a flight using EasyJet, and it was for my business. There was a meeting, so I'm going to be logging that flight with my business identity. So this is an example of that. As you can see, I'm adding tags as well. This is really important, as you can use these as keywords to search whenever, even if it's 8-10 months or 2 years from now. You could search the word flight in your expenses, and all the tags that have the word flight in it will populate. It's best practice to make tags so you can search things at a later time. As you can see here, we have the partner name with the blue icon showing that it is a public business address. Used by, and that's the identity that's using that partner. So it's all laid out nice and easy for you to see, and then the tags will show later on of using that as a search function in the at the right window there, search. So let's continue on. So now I'm going to show you the request partner identity function here. So I'm going to request an identity from the chat user ID Lucas K and show you exactly the process of how that is done. So for this example, I'm going to be adding a friend. So my friend is chat user ID is Lucas K, and as you can see here, they're sharing their identity Luke back with me, and I'm going to associate my identity, which is Cooper, with them. So I'm going to be using my main identity because this is somebody that I trust. So I'm going to be using my main identity because I am okay with doing that. You can start to see the instances where you wouldn't do that, where it's later on we'll show an example of that as well. But with a stranger, maybe you don't want to share your main, personal identity with them. It would be somebody that you don't know, you don't trust, but you need to do business with. You wouldn't be sharing your main identity. So we're going to go ahead and complete this one, and I'll show you an example of that later on. And for this example, maybe I have to send my friend some money or them to me. So I'm going to be sharing my identity with them so we can have that on my Totem Live Accounting file. So now that we completed that, you can see the partner name is Luke, and underneath it is the @ Lucas K. That's the chat user ID. And it is used by, and you can see Cooper, which is my identity. And then I have the tag friend. So just to give a quick example of the tag search function, we're just going to drag and drop flight into the search area, and all the flight tags show up. So since I only have the one, you can see that the Luke one disappears because I'm now searching flight, and that's what shows up. So you can see the power of the tags for sure. So for this example here, I purchased a camera from Nikon, and it was for my photography business. So I used my business expenses to purchase a new unit, and I want to log that on my account. So I'm going to actually add the Nikon company as a partner to my business so I can better track that and add that receipt in at a later time. So here's me adding the Nikon company, and I'm going to add the partner name here, and I'm going to associate it with the correct business identity of mine, which is photography business. and this is the process of doing that. And then I'm just verifying that the location is correct as well. It was the specific area that I purchased it from. And again, Nikon UK Limited is a business identity that's public, so it has the blue logo. And you can see that it is used by the photography business, and the tags are there for myself for search functions later on. So for this example, this is something that happens all the time when you're buying and selling from your own home. Sometimes people are, especially over like Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji or whichever buy and sell website you're using, people want to pay using e-transfers, and that means giving out your personal email, which is very dangerous. You never know who it is, especially when they want to purchase something without even seeing the product, and they just want your email address to send money to. But sometimes when they take your email address, you never know what they're going to do with it. So this could be something that I wanted to add this example in to show the power of Totem Live Accounting on how you could protect yourself and not use your personal email address. You could use a identity that protects you, but also still doing business with a stranger. So this is the example of somebody that wants to buy something from you at your house or wherever you meet them, but they don't have cash. And in this world today, nobody's carrying cash anymore. They all got plastic. So let's take a look at this example. And also for this, I'm using the same Lucas K chat user ID. We could imagine it would be a stranger with their own chat user ID, and it could be anything, but for the tutorial video, I'm using that same one that I used earlier. So we're going to do the transaction. As you can see, the individual is giving me their identity, Jamie. Could be their real one, could be their fake one to protect themselves. And I'm associating it with my protection identity, which is named Kyle. And I'm adding a tag here to remind myself later on what this business interaction was for. So they have their identity connected with my identity, so we can transfer funds and exchange goods. And while I'm at it here, I'm actually going to add to my own identity here, my protection one, that I'm going to use it for Facebook Marketplace sales, Kijiji sales, maybe some car guru. If I'm going to purchase a car, I want to protect my main identity. So you can see the power of having another identity to protect your main stack, your actual personal identity when you're interacting with strangers. Again, for the purpose of this video, taking a look here at the identity Jamie, that's the stranger that we exchange goods with over a Facebook Marketplace sale. Their chat user ID would be something completely different. So for the purpose of this video, it says Lucas K, but that is the example of doing a sale in person and protecting yourself at the same time. And for this last example here, if you click on that chat user ID, you can actually share that identity or also introduce it to somebody else. So here you can see recipients will receive a request for permission to share their identity with this user. So I am using the Lucas K chat user ID. I'm going to introduce them to a recipient of Chris. And then it is up to them on their end to actually accept the introduction. So there you have it. Those are a couple examples of when you're adding a partner to your Totem Live Accounting account. Again, the partners term is there's a lot to it. There's pretty much anybody that you're going to interact with. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial video, and stay tuned for more identity mini-series episodes, as there's a lot to dive into still. Thank you very much. Take care.